Yo, I know what you're thinking. This camera, pretty crap, right? Let me fix that real quick. Ugh. Yeah, almost. A bit to the right. Bit down. That's about right. So yeah, I'm doing an unboxing from TheCubicle, which is pretty cool. Oh, they sent me a letter. That's so nice. Oh, this is so cool. I've never had free cubes. So yeah, this is the 5x5 and 6x6, but let me first open this before we get into the cubes. I'm pretty curious. Let's see. Hello CubeHead, want something to review? Well, here's some puzzles that are relatively new. The challenge is issued for this video this time. Shoot a review but make it rhyme. Can you make it happen? Well, let's see. Display those rhyming skills for the world and me. Can you do it? Mistakes we won't allow. All we know is your cubicle reviewer now. Oh no. Well, I think I need to give some context here, because like most people will be like, what the hell? Like, why does he have to rhyme? Jules from TheCubicle texted me a while ago and he was like, we really like what you're doing. Do you have like any creative ways that we can collaborate? And one of the things I said was like, I really want to do more challenges in the future, because my first video ever was the 2000 souls in one session. But I told them like, it would be cool if you can give me some challenges, you know? And they were like, say no more, we got this. What they're going to do right now is every time they send me some cubes to review, they're going to give me a challenge, which is pretty sick, right? It's a cool thing to do. But when Jules said they had some creative people over at TheCubicle, I thought like, yeah, sure, but this is so funny. What they don't know is that my English really sucks. But now I have to rhyme. Okay, let's do this. I think it's awesome. It's awesome. The cubes. So the boxes look really nice, especially for the low price. They're mostly white and black. Color is what they lack. This is super whack. You know, they told me to rhyme the review, right? So I'm just going to unbox these right now without rhyming, because it will be super cringy. And then the review, I'll take some time to think of some crazy rhyming schemes, because I'm not good at thinking of things on the spot. I need a lot of thought. Huh. So, yup. Let's open this up. That's pretty cool. I'm not used to turning the cubes at all, and this feels so smooth. You know, I will do some souls with this later, because it feels great so far. You know, I cannot say too much yet. So these are my first turns ever on a 6x6. I've never held a 6x6. I've never done anything with a 6x6, so... You know what? I'll do some souls with these cubes. I'm not going to give my opinion yet, because the review needs to rhyme. Let's do this, aight? I've been writing all night, and despite having quite a bright mind, I hope I will do alright. To give some context, when I heard they sent me big cubes, I was rather perplexed. I was like, dudes, not to make an excuse, but I've never solved a 6x6. At least they threw a 5x5 in the mix. But without further ado, let's jump straight to the review. Woohoo! For the 5x5, it's the best one I have felt in my life. Well, it's a cube I really like. Even with its low price, it does feel super nice. For example, the plastic, it feels premium and thick, and yet the cube is quite light, so they must be doing something right. It looks premium as well. The color scheme is nice as hell. I think you might tell, yeah, in love I fell. The magnets? They're total madness. And that in a good way, like I'm blown away. They are perfectly strong. Wait, what rhymes with strong? I don't know, just follow along. Of course this means the middle layers stay together really well. And that favors, I can tell, I've got some proof as well. Because the outer layers felt incredible, great 3x3 stages are inevitable. So I put that to the test, and I tried to solve the 3x3 stage at my best, and suddenly I got an 8, which is just great, mate. So the cube is super legit, but there is a flaw I have to admit. The spring noises annoyed me a bit, but this can happen with any cube. Just solve it with a bit of lube. On to the 6x6. Now I know it popped previously, but tightening the screws seemed to be the fix. It felt better immediately, so keep in mind it's loose out of the box. Tighten it and it rocks. I've done my first ever 6x6 solve with the puzzle, and I did it without much struggle. I mean, I'm not a pro at turning, I yet need much more learning. But here's my 2 cents. Hence the low price, it feels immense. It feels again premium and high end. At least from my end. Now, I would love to talk in more detail about its performance, but getting used to turn with a 6x6 will take me at least 4 months. Just take my word, good is all I've heard. It's simply the best in the game. I mean, it's even J-Perm's main. On every video review or site, they say the cube is more than just alright, especially for that price. So I sent you a friendly invite to at least give the cube a try, but that's just my advice. All by all, it's really nice and neat. I'll definitely play with it once or twice a week. So the 2 cubes feel kind of the same. And although the MGC line isn't yet a big name, the cubes are already tied to the best in the game. If YJ keeps doing what they're doing, they'll soon gain a lot of fame. But in all seriousness, I might have forced some rhymes here and there, but I meant everything that I shared. But be aware, I didn't have much to compare it to. But that's not a real issue. I'm pretty sure you will like him too. A huge thanks to TheCubicle for sending these cubes all the way to Belgium. You're really welcome. I'm really sure a lot more fun will come. And by the way, in the description you can find links to buy these, okay? Please give it a look today. TheCubicle, are these enough rhymes for you? It's probably the most of any review. What a crazy thing to do, spitting these rhymes publicly on YouTube. If you liked the video, give it a like. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. And I guess all that's left to say now is I'm away. Ciao. This was so cringe.